On this episode of Storm Chasin, it's been a slow winter in Illinois.
Unfortunately, Chicago has seen no snow. Kansas City has more snow than us. Pretty sure Florida might have more snow than us at this point.
Plow crews staged, fueled, and waiting, but the storms just keep missing.
As our future clouds and radar is pretty quiet.
But then it hits, but not overnight. This one hits in broad daylight.
Snow can cripple this place in minutes.
In Illinois, snow doesn't shut the world down. People still go to work, still pack parking lots, still flood the stores. That means plow crews have to move with precision, carving lanes between chaos. Because if they fall behind, it's not just messy, it's a liability. At Arctic Snow and Ice Products, they don't just fight the storm. They build the gear that fuels the battle. From their industry-standard sectional plows to their double-down salt buckets, their gear sets the standard. Now, with snow coming down and the clock ticking, there's no room for hesitation. There's iron to be tested, snow to be moved, and no time to waste. This is Storm Chasin. Welcome to Illinois, where winter doesn't knock, it barges in. Chicago's known for its brutal cold. Average January highs hover just above freezing, lows dip into the teens, and most years, the Windy City gets buried under 36 inches of snow. But not this year. Barely 12 inches have fallen, nearly 20 inches below normal. One of the weakest winters on record. But for Arctic Snow and Ice Products, quiet doesn't mean idle. Tucked just south of Chicago, Arctic isn't just pushing snow. They're redefining how it's done, for themselves and for contractors across North America. From the legendary sectional snowplow, a beast of engineering seen on sites coast to coast, to the precision-designed double-down salt bucket that cuts waste and maximizes coverage. And now their latest evolution, the all-new Razerback pickup plow. A compact workhorse built with the same muscle, smarts, and edge that made Arctic a name everyone knows. This is where snow removal meets innovation, where every flake is a test, and every shift is a proving ground. Because here, they don't just survive winter, they shape how the country fights it. Behind those plows and buckets, a factory floor where cold steel meets hot sparks, and innovation is welded into every inch. Before the trucks roll and the storms hit, it all starts here. Welcome to Arctic. We've seen how Arctic became a force in the snow world, but what really sets them apart is what happens on this factory floor. This is where the gear is made.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a quick nickel-dime tour today on how to make sectional snow plows. Coming in the door here, we're gonna bring in 20-foot by 8-foot sheets of steel, anything from 1/8 of an inch thick up to 1.5 inch thick. We're also bringing in 40-foot sticks of tubes, flats, and angles. First machine that material is going to see is a laser cutting table with dual pallet exchanging tables on it so the operator can load and unload while on the inside the laser is doing what it needs to do and cutting the parts down to shape and size. Second machine is going to be a high definition plasma cutting table with 2 head units on it. That's going to cut most of the thicker things, shape and size out of the plate. We're gonna move over here to a bandsaw where we're cutting the 40-foot lengths of tubes, flats, and angles. The bundling effect so the operator can cut numerous pieces at one time. Next piece of equipment you see here is a drill line with a 75-foot datum table on it. Inside of that carriage, there's 7 different tools that are allowing us to drill, mill, tap, anything machining-wise we can do on this piece of machinery right here. So this is one of our single arm cells here. It's got dual changing tables on both sides. So that the robot there in the center can actually flip around and weld on each side of different parts. So on this side, it's where welding skid steer mounts. On the opposite side, we're doing shoes, allowing the operator to unload on one side while on the opposite side, the machine's getting after it. So another one of our automated welding machines, another robotic arm, the cobot. Allowing the operator to weld all the smaller parts that we don't have enough consumption of to go even bigger and badder with the automation just yet. So down here is the welding portion for all of the mold boards, each individual section that's on all of our different plows and pushers. You got 6 guys out here that are tacking all the smaller parts together to put together one larger part. Once they get all tacked together, they're gonna head off to this robotic cell here. 6 different guys in order to run this one robotic cell here. On the back side, we've got the 3 stooges, 3 different MIG welding robots, a mirror on the opposite side so the table switches in and switches out, allowing the operator to load and unload 2 parts at a time. Takes these 3 guys 4.5 minutes to weld 2 parts at one time. This next area is the frame department. This is where we're gonna make all the different sizes of frames. We got 6 tacking tables out here where again, they're tacking all the smaller parts together to make the larger part. Then it's gonna be going off to another robotic cell. So this is the robotic cell that all the different frames are gonna go into. The opposite side, you have a mirror image of what you have over here, a headstock, tailstock, adjusting to the different lengths of the frame. The frame spins 360 degrees. The 2 robots out here spin 360 degrees, allowing the operator to load and unload on one side while the robots are getting after it on the other. It takes us about 4 hours to hand weld one of these, where these 2 guys are doing it in about 23 minutes. Now that all the parts have been cut down, shaped and sized from raw material, they've been welded together, they've been formed. Now they're gonna come over here to the finish line where we're powder coating all the different parts. We got a fully automated powder coating line. The guys are gonna load the parts up down here in this area. They're gonna go through a 5-stage different, so you got a shot blasting machine, a wash bay, a 4-stage washer, then a dry off / preheat oven, then an automated powder coating booth, and then the cure oven at the end. This is our assembly area. Now that you've seen all the parts go from a raw piece of material, get cut down to shape and size, drilled, tapped, machined, welded together, go through the powder coating line, and they're gonna end up over here and they're gonna get put together as a full unit. That's what we got going on here is the assembly area.
But Arctic doesn't stop at building plows, pushers, and salt buckets. They also make sure contractors can get their hands on the machines that power them. Through their sister company, Leasing, Arctic offers sales and rentals of case and Volvo equipment, including wheel loaders and compact track loaders, paired with the same Arctic-built tools forged right here in their own factory. This unique combination of precision-built Arctic attachments and industry-trusted equipment means crews across North America can get to work faster, stronger, and with the right tools for the job, whether they're buying for the long haul or leasing for the season. From the weld lines in Illinois to snow-covered job sites across the country, it's more than equipment, it's a system. Coming up after the break, the storm finally rolls in. The first flakes hit the ground, operators fire up their machines, and Arctic's equipment gets put to the test. Built in the factory, now it's go time. All coming up next. The gear is staged and ready, and now so is the storm. Snow starts light, but it won't stay that way for long. According to the team at True Weather, conditions are expected to intensify quickly, with wind, drifting, and snowfall rates climbing fast.
First inch by midday. Lighter, fluffier snow. Wind gusts are expected to be between 20 and 30 miles per hour, so blowing and drifting are expected. Snowfall rates, half an inch to an inch per hour possible during the height of the storm, which will come Wednesday evening.
True Weather's forecast calls for 5 to 8 inches, with the heaviest snow hitting in the late afternoon and evening. This could be the most significant snowfall the area has seen all season.
And then 5 to 8 inches expected at this point. We'll have to watch. It's been pretty consistent, so I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of changing, but we have seen kind of a model trend to take things slightly downward as the event nears.
With little room for downtime, timing and preparation are critical. Crews are relying on True Weather's insights to make every move count before the next shift of weather pushes in.
Yeah, the rapid fire nature of these two events is kind of interesting.
The forecast is clear: heavy snow, tight turnaround, and little margin for error. Crews are in motion, and the storm is already underway. By the time the crew hits the ground, it's already coming down hard. No more waiting. It's go time. But first, a quick huddle in the snow to get everyone on the same page.
We got to start doing some aisles and that over there, because they're going to be getting out, and that entrance has got to be open because they're all come up and it's slightly inclined. So we got to make sure that that's scraped, and then if that part is done, if the salt truck driver's back around, he can douse that with salt, so when they pull up to it, we got no worries of them sliding into the intersection.
Okay.
As far as the rest of the mall and that goes, let's just try and break everybody apart. We can all just tackle an area. First thing we want to hit is that ring road around the mall as close as possible. Keep your eyes open if the sidewalk guys have been through already. They've already gotten that snow out onto the main drive. If not, go by, clear that, so that way when they push it out, keep your eyes on it. If you divert, start to go to aisles or whatever may need be, you see them finally get that stuff off the walk, get that out of there right away. Make another pass on that front, because you know as soon as they step off that curb, if that ridge of snow is there, that's the first place you're going to fall down. So we want to make sure we take that right away. The smaller trucks can get into the loading dock areas, into the corners, because the big plows aren't going to make it in that. Bring that stuff out. If you see the loader coming by, watch him, because he's watching you. He can grab that pile and he can take it out of there for you. If you don't see that they're around and you see it's in a bad spot, flip the truck around, shove it off to a pile, or just get it out of the way of trouble, because eventually the whole place is going to get plowed anyway. We got the furniture place, we got the jewelry store out front, we got the main lot where Old Navy is.
Okay.
Jeremy, I'm going to send you to Dick's because it's only appropriate.
Yep.
You go into that area. Olive Garden gets done. Off to the north of Olive Garden,
okay,
there are 2 small outlet buildings.
Okay.
One you can only go on the back half. The other one you can go all the way around.
Okay.
I'll have Nick go over and take care of going around the building to open that up, because you're not going to get at any of those spots.
Yep.
It'd be a lot easier for him with the Razorback, with his wings scooped, to grab all that, running out, bring it to the back.
Okay.
All right. So main drives, entrances and exits in and out to get the cars in and out, so we can get people in and out of here. Then we can start hitting the aisles, but keep your eyes open for those sidewalk guys. All right, let's go. Project Endgame.
The plan is in place, the team fans out, and as snow piles up by the minute, every machine counts.
Let's go. Can go.
Let's start plowing, right? Let's do it.
This isn't just a parking lot, it's a maze. Entrances, exits, fire lanes, pedestrian zones, and it all has to stay moving.
So this is like name of the lot is Orland Park Place Mall. It's pretty big acreage, and then across the streets is a business complex. But what is cool about these properties, it's so close to home and our factory. And a lot of our products that we have made over the years have been tested at these various locations, which is cool. The Razerback, when it first came out, was tested here. our snowing was tested here, our snow plow was tested here, the double down was heavily tested here. So the history of these properties and the fact that we've done them well over 3 decades it's a cool thing to think about. Really, I've been plowing here since I was like 11, 12. And I'm not going to lie, it's been a couple years since I have been at this location in a machine. Growing up, I'd always get in a machine and my dad would take us out of school when it snows, and if it was snowing during winter break, that's all we were doing. We weren't seeing friends, we weren't hanging out with them, we were in a machine plowing. So every time it snowed when I was younger, I was like, oh man, I wish I could just chill with the boys. But instead I was in a machine, that's just how I grew up. But nowadays, it's kind of like therapy. You know, instead of being in the office, going to meetings, doing all these things, just to hop in the machine, turn some music on, or keep it off, and just listen to the plow. Sometimes I have both doors open so I can hear the scrape, and there's nothing quite like it for me. It's really enjoyable, it's very therapeutic and relaxing.
As Spencer keeps clearing the business center across the street, things at the mall are rolling steady. Back on site, John's got eyes on the sidewalk crew.
See, the sidewalk crew's already been here. They've already cleared that area off, and they only do right in front of the doors. They don't deal with any of that right now because it's going to continue to snow. So they're able to get through it faster, get to it quicker, and it reduces our slip and falls and that kind of thing because we're tackling this a lot sooner than we normally would. Now, this is a new sidewalk machine that we've just taken on here. This is an SL15 by Case equipment, and it is replacing a skid steer. It's a smaller type of unit that is articulating, gives the driver good visibility. It articulates so he can turn tight to get things cleaned up, that type of thing. It puts him up high too. Instead of being a skid steer where he's sitting down low and having to constantly whip his head back and forth a dozen times. He's able to see all his guys around him. And as I told you before, see how the shovel guys are getting the stuff out of the way. And then he's coming by and grabbing what they shoveled and taking a large majority of it out of the way for him.
While the sidewalk crew keeps pushing, John's already dealing with the next problem. If something goes down, it goes through John. Today's issue? A loader they sold recently isn't running right. The mechanic checks it out and finds something no one wants to hear.
I got on-road diesel fuel in the dust tank.
Really?
Yep. And so Frankie found it. He took a sample of it. He's got it.
You know, we've had this happen a few times, and I don't know if guys are screwing up and tapping the nozzle in the wrong spot or if something leaks into there or what the deal is, but this is really odd.
Yeah, I got some pictures of the inside of the tank, and it looks like chicken noodle soup. It's like yellow and...
Yep. Okay.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that shit was introduced to the whole system.
DEF, or diesel exhaust fluid, isn't fuel. It's a urea-based solution sprayed into the exhaust system to cut down emissions. Diesel in the DEF tank? It contaminates everything and shuts the whole system down.
Let me call the owner and find out what he wants to do. If you got something else for Frankie to do, so be it.
It's not even an Arctic site, but John still owns the fix. Meanwhile, across the lot, Jeremy's on the move, clearing aisles, cutting corners tight, and keeping the snow from taking over.
Arctic's a whole different show. They're definitely a top class snow company, that's for sure. I'm just trying to keep these roads open for these guys, and the other guy's pushing a lot. We're gonna push this little windrow over here. You want me on my right side, right?
In the snow world, there's a move not everyone knows. But once you've seen it, you don't forget it. They call it touching tips, coined by the team at Glacier Snow Management. It's when two plows connect, tip to tip, and push as one. The idea? Multiply your force, clear more snow, and do it faster. And right here, this might just be a first.
It can be done.
A sectional and a Razerback locked in and working together.
Dude, I'm having so much fun. Arctic's really shoulder on this little, what is some wet snow? Yeah. I'll take off here. Start turning, turn it to the gas, go to plow, turn it to right. Turn it. Oh. Should I?
While Jeremy and Steve lock in and clear lanes at the mall, across the street, Spencer's finishing what he can.
All right, so right now this is one of the last entrances. The property line for us and that parking lot we do not do. But the tricky part is we're coming on oncoming traffic to get into this entrance, so you kind of have to time it right. And sometimes you wait a while. I've gotten somewhat lucky. So make sure you don't go too far out. See if I get one more pass in before cars come. Yeah, we're good. Oh wow, we're gonna get this all done in one. Nice. Get this away from the curb line so we can just pick it all up at once. All right, so most of my work here is pretty much done. Like I said, we got the entrances done, we got the aisleways done. Most of the other stuff here I can't really get into just because of the size of the machine and plow. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna go over to the mall that's next door, which is the largest property we do in this area. Make sure guys are doing good over there. Maybe I can assist in more straightaway pushes, maybe some aisleways.
As Spencer heads back across the street, one problem they've been putting off is finally catching up. A skid steer that should have been running hours ago still won't start. And now, with things finally settling, it's time to deal with it.
So, because he had it on, I saw one of them had low lights on it. So if it's a dead battery, we're gonna have to get it jumped. I'll go take a look at it. All right, so we got a unit here on site that they're having problems with. I can go put my eyes on it versus trying to talk back and forth with somebody. It'd be a lot faster. Nothing. I don't know how you got a click out of it because this thing is stone dead.
Okay.
So let me see what we got here. Make sure we don't have a connectivity issue. Check the terminal on the post, would you? On the positive side, see if the positive side's good.
But I see it's good. The cover was off, so I don't know if that's making a difference.
Yeah, it covers off because it probably had to be jumped once before. So I'll call it in.
Okay.
Be about a half hour until they get here.
You want me to go somewhere else?
I checked with Jeremiah. I can't answer that question.
Okay.
I don't know where he might want you to be.
With the skid steer officially out of commission until it can get jumped, it's a chance to check on one thing no one can control: the weather.
We have now been moved down to 2.8 to 3 inches for our area. And it is saying from 9 p.m. to midnight, this will totally fizzle out of here. So we're looking at additional rest of today, 1 to 2 inches.
The storm's not packing quite the punch they hoped for, but there's still work to do before the flakes stop flying. Crews keep pushing, clearing every last inch they can.
You hooked me, big boy.
You want to touch tips?
You hooked
Line
me.
up. Let's go. Push it. Get on this side of me. Let's
Think I
go.
can do it? Let's do it. He wants to do the Minnesota V.
Okay.
Call it.
All right. Yeah.
I'll just stay behind you.
Yeah, it's around the backside's fine.
All right.
All right. Here we go. Come on. Need snow tires. That's how we do it.
That's how you get her done.
As the snow slows and the site settles, the crews have done their job. Daytime plowing winds down, but the night is far from over. Coming up after the break, a new site, fresh powder, and the perfect chance to push limits and create content while they're at it. All after this. The storm may have fizzled, but there's still work to be done. With the mall mostly under control, the team shifts gears, heading across the border into Indiana to finish what the snow started. This site's different. It's not about foot traffic or open stores. No customers, no chaos, just a vacant warehouse and a contract to keep the fire lanes clear. But with fresh powder untouched, it's the perfect stage to create something else. Content. Because at Arctic, it's not just about moving snow. It's about telling the story behind the steel and showing the world what their products can do.
When we start going, we're gonna slowly roll off, and that's your cue to get going, and then we'll match your pace.
Yeah, because it's going to take all the boys behind me a couple hot potatoes to figure out where they need to belong.
All right, well, we got a whole distribution center to do it, so yeah, like 8 to 12 miles an hour. We'll follow your pace.
Money shot.
Okay, plowing.
It's not as easy as it looks. Every shot takes timing, coordination, and a lot of precision, even in a quiet, snow-covered lot.
Hold on a little bit. Maddie got past you, Maddie. Okay, now about that stopping part. Really not sure. I guess see, the problem is I'm gonna have to blow this load, and then all the guys behind me are gonna need somewhere to go. Yeah, they're all gonna need somewhere to go. Yeah, that's...
With the first shot in the bag, it's go time. Now it's all about rhythm, motion, and locking in as much content as we can.
You guys are gonna pace with us. We're gonna do around 6 miles an hour, and then we're gonna go around the whole building.
You got it, Sunshine.
All right.
When the snow is deep and the pressure's on, this plow doesn't flinch, it performs.
Is Jeff actually getting it?
Built for power and precision, the Razerback isn't just a pickup plow, it's a sectional workhorse. Each section floats independently, hugging every contour, flexing when it hits curbs, and snapping right back into place.
Full crab walk. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're good. Probably go back, and then we'll get started plowing.
The content's been captured, the gear's been tested, and now it's time to clean up the mess that's been made. It's all hands on deck, full plow.
We are currently in Crown Point, Indiana at a vacant distribution lot that we have a fire lanes contract for. So on our product side, this really helps us out because it gives us a nice big area with a lot of acreage with a brand new property and distribution center itself to get some filming done on our new products or any product that we sell. So it's a good way for us to get out before or after a storm, get all of our filming done. That way we're not worried about it during the storm. Right now, for anyone wondering, we have about 5 trucks here, all Razerbacks, and then we have K621G with a 16 HD on it, and then I'm actually in a 321F case with a light duty sectional. that is kind of what we're using to get this whole place done. We're making pretty good time on all this. It kind of helps when you got 7 pieces of equipment out here at the same time. Doing this by yourself will take quite the while.
Oh, we're actually plowing. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. This snow, it's kind of heavy. It's definitely kind of heavy. And they see here's site map would be nice. I mean, I guess it's a vacant building, so at the end of the day, it's not really the end of the world, but. Let's go ahead and back drag these guys out. Not hit the fire hydrant, because that's just, well, that's just not polite. So, where's the curb at? There's the curb. Do we just, how far do I back drag this? I'm just gonna keep going, assuming I don't whack this curb. Definitely tall curbs, yeah. That's awesome. I love that. Oh, we left a tiny dribble. I hate that. It's gonna bug me. No dribbles club. Dribbles, streamers, what do you guys call them? I call them dribbles.
With the team locked in and 7 machines on the ground, this isn't just cleanup, it's a final push, the last big effort before calling it a night. The snow is heavier, the lot is wide, and it takes timing, rhythm, and skill to finish strong. Each pass is precise, every move deliberate. It's a chance to capture the grind, the gear, and the grit, and watch it all come together one last time. They made quick work of the snow. Now it's just a waiting game, hoping the skies deliver another round.
Unfortunately, Chicago has seen no snow. Kansas City has more snow than us. Pretty sure Florida might have more snow than us at this point. But that's pretty much to be expected, considering it's been like that for the past few years, but we're hoping that changes here on the back end. This was a good 4-inch storm, getting something in a couple days here, and then from there, just see what happens. Pray to the snow gods that we get something good here.
Praying to the snow gods. It's part hope, part humor, and part of what keeps this industry moving. Because at the end of the day, this season wasn't just about plows and forecasts. It was about people, the ones who stay up through the night, answer the calls, fix the breakdowns, and show up no matter what. From Fargo to Chicago, we chased the flakes and followed the ones who clear them. We saw storms that delivered and others that didn't. But no matter the snowfall, they showed up with grit, pushed through the cold, and did the job with pride, even when it meant being away from the ones they love most.
It's like you start thinking about your family a little bit, right? That's a good thing. You got something to look forward to. Okay, we love you. Bye.
These are the stories behind the steel. Real people, real storms, and the kind of work that doesn't get noticed, unless it doesn't get done.
There is no excuses. We have to be prepared to be able to finish it no matter what happens.
And for some, this work is more than just a job. It's a life of service, with risks that most never see, and some pay the ultimate price.
You never know if your first storm's gonna be the last storm.
Wherever the next flake falls, you can bet someone's already gearing up.
There's always going to be a next event. Might not be this year, might be next year, might not be this month, might not, whatever. There's always going to be another event.
And when it comes, someone will be there, ready to answer the call.